This is the download from Sounds Profitable, your daily source for the essential news in the business of podcasting. I'm Gavin Gaddis. Here's what you need to know for today, Monday, November 3rd. First up, top podcast hosting companies by episode share. Livewire Labs is back at it again with another report on the health of the industry. Their chart of top podcast hosting companies by episode share independently verified each podcast episode published on tracked platforms using media file URLs instead of feed URL domains, a method that they say leads to undercounting hosts who offer custom domains. Using their methods, only 3.14% of new episodes found in October weren't able to be attributed to a hosting company. Overall episode rate is up with 0.2% month-over-month increase. 29.5% of all October podcast episodes were published to Spotify, with Spreaker in second place at 18.5% and Buzzsprout at 10%. Next up, advertisers react to holiday creep by pushing TV spend earlier. A recent McKinsey survey found 28% of U.S. consumers started their holiday shopping before October, with only 11% of respondents saying they will wait until Black Friday. Cost of living concerns, even before the current government shutdown, drove 39% of respondents to say their day-to-day spending is the most stressful element of their lives, a 9% increase year over year. As a result, advertising has adapted by breaching the confines of the handful of weeks across November and December that they traditionally go hardest on with holiday campaigns. Even Disney's SVP of Entertainment and Streaming Solutions, John Campbell, says brand partners started booking holiday-related brand messaging as far back as August this year, a month earlier than usual. Some caution against over-relying on consumer polls without outside context. Consumers are more budget-conscious and are happy to say so in polls, but actual spending data from throughout the year shows that doesn't necessarily mean people aren't spending. Next up, CityCast recalibrates, adding social video and new markets. The startup, built around establishing hubs of local news reporting through daily podcasts and newsletters, is restructuring, with social video now a core pillar of what is called CityCast 2.0. Founder David Plotz breaks down reorganization, including the shutdown of Houston and Boise CityCast arms, as the company dials in the sweet spot of what cities benefit most from daily publications. Sprawling horizontal metropoli, actually the plural is metropolises, but I hate that word, are, in essence, several independent cities glued together, don't necessarily have a singular community that would benefit from that. Meanwhile, Boise's population of 230,000 is on the opposite side, where it's too small to support a CityCast office. Places like the Twin Cities, Nashville, and Seattle are proving to be the sweet spot as the company gained 150,000 newsletter subscribers and 65,000 monthly podcast consumers over the past year. Next up, local podcast, big payoff, how broadcasters are turning homegrown talent into digital gold. Speaking of local podcast productions, industry experts say the key for local radio to gain a foothold in podcasting is actually leveraging local talent, audiences, and sales opportunities. Amplify Media founder Stephen Goldstein points to local radio's easiest path into podcasting, making the best, most relevant local material that they do on the air available as a podcast. Scaling beyond that, such as how Hubbard Radio has done so for a decade, stations can become the audio equivalent of cable access. Local coaches talking about local sports, local professors hosting shows relevant to their chosen research field. With that investment comes new revenue streams. As Hubbard tells Inside Audio Marketing, their podcasts attract advertisers who don't run on traditional radio. For our final top story, SiriusXM reports 33 million subscribers, beats Wall Street expectations. The Q3 report from SiriusXM offers up $2.16 billion in quarterly revenue. While down 1% year over year, it exceeds previous analyst expectations. As has become a common refrain in big company reports, podcast advertising shines. Ad revenue for SiriusXM Media Podcast increased 50% year over year for quarter 3, offsetting a decline in revenue for ad-supported music streaming. Chief Content Officer Scott Greenstein, when asked about advertising potential for SiriusXM video podcasts, noted the growth in the video space and potential he sees in that space for their video podcast stable. As for the rest of the news, Noble Mobile, Andrew Yang's phone plan built around refunding users unused data and minutes, announced a new partnership with TYT to further both companies' goals of reducing phone use and responsible media consumption. To mark the occasion, new Noble Mobile subscribers who use TYT's link to sign up and stay for 3 months get $50 in credit applied to their account. Filmmaker Sean Michael Colon is taking his new podcast industry documentary Age of Audio on the road with several screenings this month, including one this Friday as part of the Resonate Pangea Podcast Festival. Shout out Richmond, Virginia. I'm doubling your Stephen Goldstein content today. How lucky, as he's got a new piece breaking down why high-value, high-awareness podcast content is crucial for podcasting success, especially in a world where generative AI is swamping the low-value, low-awareness content bracket. Zeno Media is rolling out support of HLS, that's HTTP live streaming, across their platform, taking advantage of the protocol's faster load times, smoother playback, and measurement enhancement capabilities. And finally, TubeFilter covers an internal YouTube memo announcing the product wing will be split into 3 divisions, and all 3 will focus on incorporating more generative AI tools. That'll do it for today's episode. As usual, you can get every single link I've talked about just now by clicking the link in your show notes to go directly to today's episode post on soundsprofitable.com. Or you can go to the website yourself, mouse over to the download section, and find every link I've ever talked about ever. As usual, the download is written and produced by myself, Tom Webster, and Brian Barletta. For Sounds Profitable, I'm Gavin Gaddis, and I'll see you tomorrow.